Being pushed around and not fitting in, cause no one understands you. Don't back down and never give in, cause if we hit the bottom then there's nothing to lose. Do you feel what I feel? Abused and confused each time.
You're muted. But welcome everyone to Paper Previews. My name is Chris Parrish and we have OLE. Ed.
Hi, how you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Oh, I just did a show, and then I unmuted myself during the music, and then I remuted myself while the show was going on. Buttons are hard when you've already done an hour show.
It's okay. It's why we do it together, so we can help each other out. As we have a lot of people in the chat. We have a returnee in Charlie. Thank you again for coming in, saying hi. How are you? We're doing great. How are you doing, Charlie?
Yeah.
We have Chris Best, our friend Chris Best, and your tag team partner, and one of my good friends. We got Astrid saying, hey, how are you?
And remember, if you didn't catch it on Marvel Talk just a minute ago, make sure that you go ahead and check out Astrid's Twitter at Astrid Pizarro on Twitter, because she has brand new merch that's coming out that is already available that you can go ahead and get with her For You Wear connections now. She is part of the For You Wear brand army. So she's got a great new shirt with that. So definitely go ahead and check her out over there. It's fantastic. Go ahead and support her. She's a wonderful person.
Yes, and if you're on in the mood of just getting some online stuff done, make sure you're checking out our affiliates, our good friends over at rogueenergy.com, and use our promo code OLE Pods. That'll save you a little bit of money, 10%, in fact, off all your orders. That's right. I said all, not just one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this weekend only, if you happen to be getting cans, and you're only getting cans, as much as we were supposed to promote our OLE Pods promotion, make sure that if you're only getting cans in the United States, save yourself a little bit more money. Go ahead and use the promo code CANS50 to get 50% off your order of just cans at rogueenergy.com.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Charlie saying, how are you guys doing? I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a busy day. I just talked about a whole bunch of Marvel stuff. But that's all set, and now we're here to talk about Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Chris Best thought you were doing an impression of OMD because you're muted, and he tends to do that a lot on the watch logs. I mean, but yeah. So before we get into the Crown Jewel tomorrow, live at a very early start, actually. Early thoughts so far before we get into the matches?
I'm pretty excited. As far as Saudi shows go, I think it's the best card for a Saudi show that we've had that doesn't feature as many part-timers as we usually get. This is more storyline driven, generalized people on the product, as opposed to, we're not just getting the part-timers. There's not a Brock Lesnar on here just for a Saudi payday. There's no Goldberg on here just for a Saudi payday. Cena's been there week in and week out for the last while. So I don't consider him a part-timer for this show because he's showing up on TV. He's doing some of the house shows. He's doing the things he needs to do to not really be a part-timer. Roman Reigns is kind of a part-timer, but that's the Roman Reigns schedule. When you are the tribal chief, you get that schedule. So, yeah. But no, as far as the show goes, it's decent card. It looks like it's going to be a fun night of wrestling.
Yeah, and we're going to kick it off with the kickoff match that they announced. We have Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough. Very interesting match. Clearly some unresolved issues with Sami Zayn and the Judgment Day. So they're throwing their trainee, JD McDonough, in the mix. Thoughts on the match? As should be a very fast-paced match, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great match. JD McDonough and Sami Zayn are two of the best in-ring competitors that WWE has to offer. I think this is going to be great. I think Sami Zayn wins. I think you're booking your baby faces in a lot of these matches this weekend at the show. So I think we have Sami Zayn pulling off the win here, furthering JD's bad feelings with the Judgment Day about maybe nobody helping him because the rest of Judgment Day has more important matches coming up throughout the card than JD McDonough's match with Sami Zayn.
We have Chris Best coming in. I hope this match gets enough time. Well, it's on the kickoff show, so it's going to probably get some time, but it's definitely a match that I hope allows people to just have fun. And again, this is Sami Zayn back in Saudi Arabia. The other thing, I'm sure they're give it some time.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say about this is the perfect type of match to put on your kickoff show because it's going to be available on Facebook. It's going to be available on Peacock. It's going to be available on YouTube. It's going to be available on Twitch. It's going to be available on TikTok. Everywhere you can possibly watch this match is going to be there and available for free for everybody. This is the perfect match to get people excited for your product, to go ahead and show it to the widest audience available. This is the match that you do that with.
Yeah, and if you want to start the crowd being hot and energized, I mean, Saudi Arabia does have a very hometown feeling for Sami Zayn. Although he is, yes, technically born in Quebec, Canada, he does have the Saudi descent and whatnot.
He's from Syria.
Yeah, so he has the descent, and because of that, it's a big deal. It's always a big deal when Sami Zayn is down in Saudi Arabia. So
second time.
Yeah. So it's going to be an electric feeling for him. This is his first singles match in Saudi Arabia, so the intention's only on him. And you're going to be able to feel that energy alive, like you said, on Facebook, on the Twitch, on all those different social media platforms to make you want to feel invested. Because again, a good crowd, as they were the last time they were WWE was there, a good crowd makes you want to watch the show. And what better way than getting Sami Zayn against probably one of the guys on Monday Night Raw with the face everybody wants to punch, and that's JD McDonough. Although I am a big fan of JD McDonough.
Yeah, and I also want to say, for JD McDonough, this is a big spot. They've done a very good job since bringing him up. It took them a while to figure out where they were going to put him. But once they got him going, he's been part of this Judgment Day storyline. And while he's not really part of the A portion of the Judgment Day storyline, Judgment Day itself is the A story on Monday Night Raw, week in and week out. So it's a good spot to have him with people getting to understand what he's about, things that's going on. It's a good spot for him. And it's not just an NXT talent getting called up to do nothing, which is nice.
Yeah. And so, yeah, even though this is a kickoff match, I know we're spending some time on it, but it's two guys that both, and I feel I'm okay speaking for you. We both are invested in both these people. They're great wrestlers. Sami Zayn is one of the best human beings on the face of the planet with everything he does. And we know that these two are going to have an electric match, even if it's on the kickoff. And I'm not even going to be surprised if they have a match that might be better than some of the matches on the actual card, which we're going to get to momentarily.
Yeah. So if I can be half as good a person as Sami Zayn is, I'll have done an amazing job with my life.
Yeah, so I think we're both playing it safe. We're both going to go Sami Zayn. He is the betting favorite in this match. But I'm going to say, if by chance there is a Judgment Day member there and does help JD McDonagh secure that win, I wouldn't be against it, because I think a win would do JD McDonagh more than a win for Sami Zayn would do.
I think a win for Sami Zayn helps put him in that Intercontinental title mix that seems to be bubbling up with Bronson Reed, The Miz. You know, I think that would be a nice place to have Sami Zayn going. But we know he's got to finish with the Judgment Day, and it sounds like we're going to get War Games with these guys, Judgment Day and Sami and friends, coming up later on this month.
Yeah. And I'm just going to let everybody know that the match order we have is not a guarantee that the match order that you're going to see tomorrow at Crown Jewel is just the match order that I put together. So yeah, I mean, next up we do have, and I think this would be an amazing first match of the night, and that is John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. And this is the match that the more time it gets on SmackDown, the more I'm actually invested in this match. I think John Cena's been doing absolutely nothing but amazing work since he's returned to WWE. And I think Solo Sikoa put in this position to face one of the greatest of all time. I'm not going to call him the greatest of all time. That's an opinion based. I do think he's one of the greatest. But to be put in this position, high-profile match in a high-profile market, I think Solo Sikoa, even if he doesn't win, is coming out a winner. What are your thoughts, Ed?
This is John Cena's first singles match in, I want to say, 2,000 days or something crazy like that?
Pretty wild, eh?
I mean, it's fantastic. I think.
Well, no, not first singles. He had a match with Austin Theory at WrestleMania.
Okay. Oh, he's looking for his first win in a single.
Yeah. First singles win. Yeah.
I remember there was something he said with some astronomical number that seemed crazy until you looked it up and you realized it was right. I think the last time he won a singles match was here in Saudi, wasn't it? Hi, Bobby. Bobby Stats joining us.
Who would that be against? Because I don't even remember.
Was it
Bobby Stats, you're on call now, buddy. And
was
hey,
it
how are
Randy
you doing?
Orton, Triple H, something like that? I know he had a singles match in the first Saudi show. I know he did have a singles match on the first Saudi show. But no, I think this is a great spot for Solo Sikoa. I think this is exactly the kind of place you put him. I think that this has leveled him up so much more than ever before. Also, Solo Sikoa now gets to join a club. Him and Rikishi get to join a club as the only father and son to take on John Cena, with the other one being... Crap, I saw this stat the other day.
Isn't it Ray and Dom?
I think it's Ray and Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love this. This is great. I can't wait for this match. I'm picking Solo Sikoa.
Yeah. I would like to see Solo Sikoa, because I'd like to see John Cena's first match be something actually very amazing. In fact, I'll even throw this. I would love to see John Cena in the Intercontinental title mix. I think that'd be very cool. I want to see John Cena versus Gunther at some point. I think that does good. But yeah, I mean, just to play devil's advocate, I'm going to go with the betting favorite. And yes, I have betting odds here. John Cena is a favorite at minus 275 to Solo Sikoa's plus 140. So right off the bat, I'm going to go with that. This is all from WrestlingJunkie.com. So I did a little bit of research. I did a little bit of that stat checking. So, and Astrid is saying since 2018, she thinks.
It's just crazy. Like, the idea that John Cena's in a high-profile match with such a young competitor. But it's so important to this young competitor. The last time I think that John Cena had an opportunity to put over somebody so young in such a big position, and you're going to think, oh, WrestleMania with Austin Theory. No, I'm going to go back even further than that. I go back to Baron Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time John Cena had an opportunity to put somebody over this young and this vital to the company, I think goes even further back, and it goes all the way back to Baron Corbin in that match at SummerSlam that Baron Corbin talked about in his interview with Chris Van Vliet, where Cena was all in favor of making sure that neither man kicked out of either man's finisher. And if that meant that neither one of them gets to hit their finisher, so be it.
Yeah, that was by request of Baron Corbin, who asked, I don't want you kicking out of my finisher, and I won't kick out of yours if need be. And then Cena plays ball because, well, let's face it, I think John Cena is one of the most selfless men when it comes to in-ring moves. He will do everything he can.
Now he is. He wasn't always, but now he is.
I think he understood at a young age, even when he was being groomed, in order to get to the status he is now, he had to be a different way up until he got there. Because it means a lot more now than it would then.
And Ashton Pizarro has given me the information, but when it comes to a one-on-one match, the future WWE Hall of Famer John Cena hasn't had a televised victory since 2018 when he defeated Triple H at the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and then Bobby Stats is coming in and saying, or when John Cena wrestled against Kevin Owens in 2015. Another great shout out to when he helped somebody early on when they came in. That was such a great moment.
I mean, that John Cena U.S. Open challenge for guys like Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, John Moxley. I think he even wrestled Neville in one of those matches.
Yeah. So then next up, I have the Fatal 5-Way for the Women's Championship match here. Rhea Ripley defending her championship against Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, and Zoe Stark. That Rhea Ripley is the betting favorite here at -1,000. Nia Jax coming in second at +333. Shayna Baszler coming in third at +550. Raquel Rodriguez at +700. And Zoe Stark is a little long shot at +900. I think this is very easy of a match to think that Rhea Ripley is going to retain that championship. But if we were to play devil's advocate and say, is there somebody that will take the title not named Rhea? I'm not going to lie. I want it to be Nia Jax.
Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, because if there's one person that the fans are going to be absolutely just unhappy with, it's Nia Jax. She is going to be the one person that just brings you the heat. And I think in due time, Rhea Ripley is going to be the biggest female babyface in all of professional wrestling and perhaps the history of it. And I think there's money to be made with a mommy chase.
I won't necessarily disagree with you. I'm never going to outrightly say that I want Nia Jax to be a champion. However, if we're going to give anybody a short transitional reign with this championship, if we have to, for storyline purposes, to make her angry, to take this title away from Rhea Ripley, and this is the situation to do it, I want to give it to Shayna Baszler. That woman has done so many good things, and I would love to see her to get a little bit of love. Remember, short transitional championship reigns don't have to be a bad thing. And this can be the company saying, look, we believe in you. We see you. We're going to come to you, but not right now. Here's a good faith to give you the championship here to go ahead and allow you to get to that spot later on.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a great argument for any woman in this match. Zoe Stark, you can make a great reasoning to why. It'd be amazing to see. The only reason I would not want Shayna is because I think Shayna deserves her own true moment to win this match, and I don't think this is it.
I would love
to see Shayna Baszler win the Rumble in 2024 and get that opportunity.
I also like the idea of having we're going to go a little into politics here, just a brief little bit. I love the idea.
Sure.
I love the idea of WWE putting over an LGBT talent in Saudi Arabia with the championship in front of that crowd, especially as a woman. I think that would be a sensational political idea to do with WWE, to try to make these awful Saudi shows a little bit better to changing the world.
Yeah. I wonder at what point we're going to see, and I think maybe we had it last Saudi show, but I wonder if we could be starting to see a pattern with Saudi shows where they kind of dictate away from that political field, and now it's more used for major moments in the WWE storyline world.
We got Chris Best saying, in all honesty, all of these women have a great claim to winning this match. I agree. This is the match I'm most looking forward to, believe it or not. Out of all the matches, this is the match I want to see, because I think no matter who wins this championship, that you can make a great case for Rhea being absolutely livid on Monday, winning the championship back and not hurting any of their momentums.
I think obviously, I think we're both in agreement that Rhea Ripley is going to win.
Yeah.
I think the bigger question then, okay, if by chance, if she doesn't win, who do we see? I think the bigger question is, who does she beat for this? Because I agree with everything that's been said. This match is going to be amazing. I think these 5 girls have something to prove in their own element, and it's going to be fantastic to see if this match gets the time it deserves, because there are 5 women here, and I'm not going to take anything away from Io and Bianca, but there's something that I think these 5 girls need the time more, and I really do. I'm very curious to see who Rhea Ripley, back to my point, who she defeats to retain the title, and I'm going to go with Raquel Rodriguez because I feel she's the least I want to see involved with that championship right now.
Yep, I agree. It's Raquel or Zoe. It's one of the two, and it's probably Raquel because she loses a little bit less with her tag team championship reigns with Liv and other people like that. I can see Rhea pinning Raquel and kind of shifting her out of this championship picture and into something else. And I think Shayna Baszler could very well be the match. I don't see it at the Royal Rumble. I see Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley at Survivor Series.
I kind of would like to see Zoe Stark get a shot at the Rumble for the main reason because I think Rhea does amazing work with smaller talent. And you look at what she's done with Liv Morgan. Maybe the first match with Natty, that squash wasn't exactly what we wanted, but there was nothing bad about it. Their second match on Raw was amazing. So I wouldn't mind seeing that. Plus, give me this. She has a match with Rhea Ripley at the Rumble. Trish Stratus cost Zoe Stark the championship at the Royal Rumble.
Maybe. I still think I still have Becky tentatively penciled in for the Raw Women's Championship match at the Rumble.
Yeah.
So that's me.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that. But yeah, so Rhea Ripley winning, we're both kind of in agreement. Who do you think is going to steal the show in this match? Who do you think is that person who's going to be that, ooh, I wish they gave it to this person?
Shayna. 1,000% Shayna.
I'm going to go with Zoe on this, but I'm going to say this. I think Nia has improved in the ring since she's been back, and I think she might turn some heads with her performance.
Let's hope so. She can't go any further down.
I actually do hope, because I'm actually one of those people that are rooting for everybody likes that good comeback story, and we all know the clip I'm talking about. We just don't have to go further into it. But yeah, next up, we got another championship match, the United States Championship match. Well, we have Rey Mysterio defending that United States Championship against Mr. Prime himself, the Maverick, Logan Paul. This match actually is a dark horse for me.
Yeah, I'm oddly excited about this match. And most importantly, Astrid, you should stop listening here. I'm looking for the greatest wrestler in Puerto Rican history, Logan Paul, to gain and obtain the United States Championship, to have it on his red carpet, to go ahead and have it on his show, to go ahead and take it to all the crappy shit he does, to have it on Impulsive week in and week out. I think it is a no-brainer to put this title on Logan Paul here.
I 100% agree with you. I think this is probably the time to do something with Logan Paul. I think Dominic Mysterio costs Rey Mysterio the United States Championship. I think that would be beautiful if you ask me. And I have a funny feeling that Logan Paul is going to impress everyone in this match, but because he's working with, in my eyes, the GOAT of Lucha Libre Wrestling, in Rey Mysterio, who I think deserves notification when you talk about the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling, the guy right above me never gets that recognition. I think he deserves it. I think he is going to make Logan Paul look like $1 million, and Logan Paul is going to take that and invest into $1 billion, and he's going to invest in some gold, and that gold comes with the United States Championship. I'm actually looking very much to this match, as Chris Best is saying. I got Logan Paul winning this. It's going to be a show stealer. I want Logan to win, and for everything you guys just said, I'm also very interested that if he used to win this title, he's to do a boxing fight if he's wearing that United States title during that boxing fight.
Oh yeah, that's the thing though. With this guy, he shows up everywhere and anywhere, and I guarantee you, this is the kind of jabroni that's going to be wearing this title every place he goes. He goes out to dinner, he's got the championship with him. He does Impulsive, he's got the championship title right there with him. He is going to have this thing every fucking where. And I think even for a short period of time, I don't think he holds it past Royal Rumble, but for a short period of time, I think it'd be great to have this guy holding that championship. And I'm going to do you one better. There's a guy on this card that if the actor strike isn't finalized by then, I want to see Logan Paul defend this title against John Cena at the Royal Rumble. And I want John Cena to win it back.
The one place I want to see the U.S. title, if Logan Paul wins this, is on a special can of Prime. They have a red, white, and blue bottle already.
Yeah, they do.
How cool would it be if he puts a United States Championship around that bottle to commemorate his first pro wrestling championship? I think that would be really hilarious and awesome.
Astrid Pizarro rooting for the greatest Puerto Rican wrestler of all time, Logan Paul. Her favorite Puerto Rican wrestler. More of a fan of Logan Paul's than she is of Zelina Vega. More of a fan than Damian Priest. The greatest wrestler to come out of Puerto Rico, Logan Paul. She's going to kill me.
I'm going to disagree with the wanting to see John Cena against him right away. And I'm also going to disagree with him losing it by the Rumble, because I want to see Logan Paul do do an Apollo Creed type entrance with the United States title in Philadelphia of all places at WrestleMania 40, because that, I think, would be best for business. Hello, Bobby. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. But yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah, and I agree. Logan Paul and Cena should be a WrestleMania. So that would be pretty cool.
I don't want to put Cena in WrestleMania matches until, like, I'd rather do it sooner rather than later, because the actor's strike could end at any point. And Cena's already told us that as soon as it's over, he is going back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do John Cena versus people. I'm booking it sooner rather than later, only for the fact that it's going to end sooner rather than later. And I don't want to pencil it in for Mania and miss the opportunity to have that match at the Rumble.
Yeah, but I also would like to see John Cena in a Rumble one last time too, and I think this is the time for
you can do both. He can do both.
You have too many guys now for that. But just to let people know, because I have been doing the betting odds, Logan Paul is the favorite at a -175, while Rey Mysterio is an underdog. Go figure, but at a +120. So yeah, if you want to win some money, Logan Paul could be your best bet. But if Rey Mysterio pulls it out and retains, and you bet on him, you can make even more money. Next up, I got going back to another Puerto Rican. We got Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest here.
The graphics a bit short, but yes, we got, and I can see the tattoo. That's definitely Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. The funny thing is, if they just can't put out the graphics all in the same size, it wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, this is it should be fixed by tomorrow. But yeah. But we have Cody Rhodes taking on Damian Priest here, and I think this is going to be a very interesting match, but I don't think they're going to do anything spectacular in this match. We are going to get their hits, if you ask me. Cody Rhodes is a monster favorite at -715, while Damian Priest is an underdog at +300. But this would be the one match I actually think you might actually see the favorite not win. I don't think Cody Rhodes needs to win this match. When you have everyone else in Judgment Day there, you could probably do something. Maybe JD McDonough gets involved. He could cost Damian Priest the match. He could help him win this match. But I think at some point we're going to see probably JD McDonough get involved. I'm taking Damian Priest to win this match.
I would love to take Damian Priest to win this match, but I think we're going to be going into a realm where they're going to throw the potential of that briefcase being cashed in Saudi for the first time. I think Cody wins, because if you do double duty with the briefcase, it's going to be Damian loses and then Damian wins the championship. Astrid Pizarro saying Damian with the Puerto Rican flag next to it. Fantastic, Astrid. I would love Damian to win. I think it would make more sense to have Damian win here. I'm going to go with Cody. I'm going to play it safe because I think that Damian's cashing in, and I think at the end of the night, Damian Priest is going to be the world heavyweight champion.
Now, I got a question for you. Are we more likely to see Judgment Day interfere on behalf of Damian Priest, or based on the 1 week we had Cody Rhodes on SmackDown when he was part of the Unified Tag Team Champions, do we see a member of the Bloodline cost Cody or try to cost Cody this match? Because the tease of Roman and Cody was still strong there, and I wouldn't be shocked if the man who cost Cody Rhodes the match at WrestleMania, Solo Sikoa, pokes his nose in this business.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different ways this can go. There's no easy way to predict this match. Honestly, Astrid, I'll be honest with you. On our end, there's no flag. It just says Damian and it says PR next to it. And I know that that's the emoji for the Puerto Rican flag. That's all. Anyways,
He doesn't even show up on the YouTube thing, because I have that open as well.
Not even show up there. It shows up on my YouTube thing. I have the Puerto Rican flag there as an emoji image on the YouTube side. I'm not cheating. It's just the way it looks on the back end. Sorry. Not sorry. Like I said, there's countless ways, depending on how they want to tell the story and what story they're planning on telling, that you can do this. Bloodline cost Cody. Makes perfect sense. Judgment Day cost Damian. Makes perfect sense. Judgment Day helps Damian win and costs Cody. Makes perfect sense. Damian loses to be able to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Makes perfect sense. There's no bad way to do this. And by the way, let's not all forget, on this week's Raw, you would have been there at this point. Damian Priest brought out the Reckoning again.
Yep.
Because Damian Priest, as he should, agreed to stop using it on the main roster with the incoming Cody Rhodes. He agreed to stop using the Reckoning because obviously you don't steal another guy's finish. But at the same time, it makes perfect sense where if you're wrestling Cody Rhodes, you bring it out as part of a story, and I love that.
Asher saying it's Cuba versus Puerto Rican here anyway.
The flags are very similar. I have a hard time telling the difference.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't think this match is going to be bad by any means, but I just feel like we know what we're going to get. It's the story that they were going to tell that intrigues me more than the match itself. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, this might be one of the few matches that actually have a better backstory than they do probably a delivery. But yeah, so you're going with Cody. I'm just playing fun, and I'm taking Damian here. But yeah, so yeah, is that one. We got the next match here, and I think we're going to see a championship match. I think it's in the right spot here. I think we're going to see Seth Rollins defending his championship against Drew McIntyre. And this match, I think, is going to be physical. I think Drew is going to come out vicious in this match. I'm very intrigued with is Drew getting scouted by Rhea Ripley type thing we have going on? Is Drew going to officially turn heel at this show? I could see him maybe even just getting beat by Seth and then just laying him out and then doing his typical I walk away because I did my job kind of a thing, while we could see a potential cash in. But I wouldn't mind a swerve here. I wouldn't mind seeing Drew McIntyre be the guy to beat Seth. I wouldn't mind that at all. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I have a feeling Seth Rollins is walking out of Saudi Arabia, still the world's heavyweight champion. I think we're going to get another tease of a cash-in, though.
I agree and disagree. I think Drew's going to have a great showing in this match. I don't think he's going to win. I think we're going to activate heel match Drew in this match. But at the end of the day, the crowd's going to be singing. The crowd's going to be dancing. They're going to be singing Seth's song until Judgment Day's music's hit. Damian Priest comes running out, and Damian Priest cashes in that briefcase and wins the championship. But this is going to be a show to behold.
But the odds, according to WrestlingJunkie.com, of Damian Priest cashing in that Money in the Bank is a plus 700. They actually say cash in during the match.
Okay, so they're expecting a triple threat.
Yeah, so Drew McIntyre is the odds-on underdog at plus 165. Still fairly close, though. Seth Rollins is the favorite at a minus 275. Very interesting.
Almost even more.
Yeah, so usually when you see that, it's a lot closer than you think, and I actually agree. I think this match, in terms of who's walking out champion with that championship title around their waist, is a lot closer than people think. Very intrigued on what they do in this match. Bobby Bonino is picking Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, and then I'm picking Seth Rollins. Ed, your final pick, just to be on the safe side.
And Damian Priest.
All right, so you have Seth Rollins winning this match.
Yes.
But Damian Priest walking out as the new champion. I got to ask, if this is the case and Damian Priest cashes in, I think we have a better shot of Damian Priest cashing it in and becoming champion if this match headlines.
I mean, this match isn't headlining. We all know that.
And that's exactly what I think in here.
The only reason why I think the cash-in makes a lot of sense here is because when you're setting up the War Games match between Cody and Friends and the Judgment Day, you're one guy short on Cody and Friends' side. You have Cody, you have Jay, you have Sammy. And you have like this rotating casts of maybes for that fourth spot. I think it makes a whole lot more sense if you put the title on Damian and it prompts Seth to be that fourth individual in this match.
Do you really think Damian Priest is going to be a triple champion in the sense that he'll have both the Raw, SmackDown, and see, I don't. I think we're going to see them lose those championships before he cashes it in.
I mean, I don't think to be honest, I don't think Damian keeps this thing long. I think Gunther wins this shortly after Damian wins. My Royal Rumble World Heavyweight Championship match, because I'm booking my Rumble as I kind of pick these because it's going to be the next. Like, I know there's another potential event in December. I don't think we're getting it. I think we're going all the way from some Survivor Series all the way to the Rumble. And I think that match is going to be Damian Priest versus Gunther.
You're doing a heel.
Yeah. I think Damian Priest is cool enough that the fans are going to like it. And I think that Gunther is good enough that he can wrestle and he can tell a story heel versus heel and talk about wanting to give that title prestige and give that title the lineage it deserves after what he did for the Intercontinental Champion when he loses it to, I hope, The Miz.
Ugh.
No, I want Miz to break the records. Miz needs a couple more days to break the record of being the longest continuous reign of Intercontinental Championships. He needs another championship reign to tie and or break Jericho's record.
Well, Jericho's WWE record. He technically has one more Intercontinental Championship.
We're not counting the IWGP Intercontinental
Hey, if we count Ric Flair's 16-time championships here, I'm counting Jericho.
Yes, but
Intercontinental.
16 World Heavyweight Championships includes a recognized World Heavyweight Championship that WWE recognizes.
Yeah,
WWE does not recognize the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Hey, they probably do now with Triple H being.
Triple H acknowledges that it exists. He does not agree that it's part of their lineage.
No, but yeah. Anyway, totally getting awesome. So yeah, I have a feeling that this match. I would just assume that the very first cash in at Saudi Arabia would be more of a main event. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Who knows? All I can say is it's time for the next match. And the next match I have is the Women's Championship defended by Io Sky taking on Bianca Belair. I think they're going to give a championship women's match the semi-main event spot. I could be wrong with what match it is, but I think Bianca Belair, outside of Rhea Ripley, definitely the biggest, one of the biggest stars there. And I think Triple H, being a big fan of Io Sky, is going to want to put her in a notable spot of the show. So I have this match slated as the semi-main. And right now, Wrestling Junkie does not have a betting favorite in this match, which typically means this match is a lot closer than people think.
Yep. I think Bianca's already got her win this week. Bianca Belair was announced that her and Montez Ford are going to be having Love and WWE appearing on Hulu coming up in the near future. I believe it's February.
Yeah.
And I think that Io Sky wins this match. And then we go ahead and get right there Kairi Sane showing up at this show. She was added to the miscellaneous list of the rosters this yesterday afternoon. Different times depending on who you believe. If you believe WrestleVotes, they were there most of the morning. If you believe Mike Johnson, she got added after 2:00. Either way, they can both confirm that they believe that she is now listed on the miscellaneous roster. Ashley confirming it is definitely February that show airs in, and that's great for her, for Montez. But the big win here goes to Io Sky.
Yeah, Barry Monkey trying to troll WWE says, hello, everyone. Impact was brilliant, but enough of that. Let's talk about the minor league wrestling. We could talk about the minor league wrestling, but we're talking about the global phenomenon that is WWE. And Astrid is correcting herself. She said February, but she's specifically saying February 2nd, which I believe is Groundhog Day.
It is.
So,
It is Groundhog Day.
But yeah, I think this match is going to be interesting. I say that because the more I watch Bianca Belair, the more I got to say, man, this girl needs to stop flailing when she's in a real fight.
She needs a heel turn. She needs a bad.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to think. If she's to lose this match, I think we might see a character change in her. And that's where I'm hoping we go with. So I have Io Sky coming out this. I don't know if we're going to see Kairi Sane in Saudi Arabia, per se, but maybe we see something very soon. I think that'd be the right move. But at the same time, I don't know, because I still want to see Kairi Sane versus Io versus Asuka, triple threat. I just want to see that match once under our Triple H realm. I think that's going to be phenomenal.
You mean you don't count it when they had it at Lucha Underground?
I never watched it, but also I probably, if I'm being honest, I probably didn't care about the three girls as much as I did now then, so I wouldn't have appreciated enough then.
No, wait, I'm sorry. That match happened in New Japan. Io versus Kairi happened in and Lucha Underground. But there was somebody else as the third. In that.
Yeah.
Astral she watched
So you're saying it's never happened then?
It happened in New Japan.
Okay. But, I mean, as you said, it doesn't count. So.
New Japan, all the same.
But
moving on. Main event time.
Yeah. Hold on. Final pick. You're taking Io. I'm taking Io. Which Damage Control member do you think does more involvement? Dakota or
I don't
Bayley?
think anybody else is there. I don't know if either one of them made the trip.
Well, if they did, I have a feeling
Bayley.
they might. I was going to go with Dakota because I think it would be more likely that they have Dakota there and have Bayley wrestle at the other show.
But remember, Bayley's not currently listed as an in-ring competitor for the show in Rochester, and Dakota's not cleared to wrestle at all.
I'm not saying no, but she can still poke somebody with a crutch.
Maybe.
But yes, definitely main event time, and we have probably the most obvious main event. We got the Tribal Chief. We got the WWE Universal Undisputed Champion, a former Edmonton Eskimo football player, Roman Reigns. Yeah, I had that one. Against the man with everybody saying L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. This match, when I talked earlier about another backstory being really great, I think this match has a great backstory behind it. I am very intrigued. I'm going to say L.A. Knight did the best job of selling this match out of the two. He was the star going into this match, if you ask me. He has made me care more about Roman's title than Roman did as the lead into this match. And I think it's going to be a very intriguing match. This is probably the most obvious match of who is walking out with the championship. But I hope, and I truly hope, this is the time we get the biggest tease of them all, where just maybe there is a 1, 2, 3, and we see for a brief second LA Knight with that championship, only for something to occur where a referee then reverses his decision, and then Roman Reigns picks up a very cheap victory and walks out.
I don't even think we go that far with it. I think we just LA Knight gets in there, has a nice 5-10 minutes with Roman Reigns, and we just pack it up, send it home, and have the tribal chief go over.
You think they're going to give Roman Reigns 5 to 10 minutes in the main event?
In the match? Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, no way. This is going to be probably the longest match of the night.
Well, are we counting Roman's entrance or not? Because if we're not counting Roman's entrance, I don't think the match itself is going to be that long.
The way I count things, like obviously there's a match time, but I count time given to wrestlers the moment the first person is out to the moment that the match ends.
Well, yes, then it'll have the longest because Roman Reigns' entrance takes a good 10 minutes on its own.
I think the match gets at least 15.
Probably. I'm just saying that this isn't going to be close. I don't want LA Knight to come dangerously close to winning this. I want LA Knight to go out there, have a good performance, have Roman Reigns make it look like he's got a couple hope spots. But at the end of the day, there should be no doubt that Roman Reigns is going to win this match. Because while LA Knight is the megastar, while LA Knight is super over, while LA Knight is fantastic, he's not on Roman's level. And this match should prove that.
I think this is your opportunity to showcase that there are people on his level, but they somehow cannot beat the tribal chief because Roman Reigns will never get beat straight up unless it's by somebody special. I think this is a great chance and a great opportunity to make LA Knight potentially that guy. And if he is, to give you the first time that somebody actually cleanly beat the champion, but maybe there is a percent of, well, I think this is a chance to do it. Roman capitalizes on that percent of, well, and then honestly have him refuse a title match. You go into the Rumble. LA Knight is now a gigantic favorite going into the match.
I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. I don't like the idea that you've cleanly and easily beaten so many other people, whether cleanly, dirtily, whatever. You've had so many guys just go down to Roman in the past. To have LA Knight get the pin and have Roman get it reversed because his foot's on the rope or his hand sneaks on the rope at the last second, the referee doesn't initially see it, but Paul Heyman makes a point of it, and the referee reverses the decision as LA Knight celebrating with the championship. I don't.
What is so wrong with having a visual of somebody else showcasing that they have what it takes? If you want to see LA Knight be a mega star, you need to have that visual that he can make himself the wrestling megastar. And if you can't be a megastar if you can't get the job done, you have to at least tease it.
But I don't think that I think the whole point is that he's not ready. I think the whole point of this is him trying to prove this. Like, Roman's coming out for the contract signing, and he plays his music as Roman Reigns is getting ready to hold up that championship and walks right by and doesn't look at Roman. He takes Roman's head of the seat table position during the contract signing. All these things to try to get in Roman's head. And then Roman goes out there in the match and just proves that you can try to get in my head all you want, youngster. but you ain't ready. You ain't at my level. You're not ready for this.
We've
And
had
to have LA Knight get that opportunity, get that shine, get that potential spot to be ready at a future day down the line, but not here, not now.
we've had 3 years of that exact thing. At some point, when do we get somebody that actually gives you hope?
If it's not broke, why fix it?
Because everything comes to an end eventually.
He's the one, Roman Reigns.
And I think that's just it. Like, I think WWE over time, and I'm going to say within the last 5 years, has done a very below average of trying to create new stars. And this is a gigantic opportunity to do one.
But they're not even creating a new star. LA Knight's been a star everywhere he's gone.
I know. But to give you the hope that he has the ability to beat him puts him in a completely different light.
And remember, the only reason why LA Knight has this spot is because Cena wanted to work with LA Knight, not AJ Styles.
Well, he has this spot because the fans
he has the spot. The storylines they were telling before Cena came back was AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns. Cena came back, and all of a sudden it was LA Knight, and all of a sudden AJ Styles didn't come to work for a while. It's because John Cena wanted to work with LA Knight.
John Cena wants to put somebody else over. AJ Styles doesn't need the John Cena rub. LA Knight benefits a lot more. Asher's coming in and saying, I like Roman, but I'm ready for a new champion. New stories with that championship too. But she knows it won't happen yet, though. I know Roman Reigns is leaving with the championship. Wrestling Junkie knows, as they put him as the minus 1,667 favorite, while LA Knight is a plus 450. I'm aware he's not walking out with the championship, but I'm saying have him lose in a completely different way, but give us hope that he can do it, or else why are we doing this match at all? Because if you're just going to line him up to knock him down, why did I give a year worth of investment to LA Knight?
Because just getting knocked down by the tribal chief, one of the most dominant world championships in the past, 30 years. It does, just because you get knocked down by that man doesn't necessarily mean that we've wasted that 1 year. There's still more that you can do with LA Knight coming out of this. I just think we need to build the AJ Styles, to build to the Royal Rumble, to build to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, to build to Cody defeating Roman Reigns. And then we get to tell the LA Knights and the Damian Priests and the Rey Mysterios and the Logan Pauls and the Santos Escobars and all of those guys who are working their ass off to get to the level now that Roman Reigns isn't at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, but LA Knight's more over than everyone you just said. He sells more shirts. He's what the fans want. Yeah. He has done something that all those other men haven't done yet. He is special.
Yeah.
His crowd reactions are at an insane thing. You have to do something different with him.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yeah.
And he can't lose the same way everyone else did.
Yeah, he can.
No. Then you're wasting him. If he's going to be looked at the same way as everyone else, then why would I think he's special?
I'm not saying squash him like you did Ricochet. I mean, like I said you give him 5-10 minutes. Like, there's a difference between wasting. He's in the main event. Like, he's in a story with Roman Reigns where he feels like he belongs, even the littlest bit. Like, that's not a waste of what you've done with this guy. Considering over a year ago, he was barely getting a reaction. to getting the loudest reactions in every building he goes into, to selling merch more than anybody else, including Cody Rhodes, including John Cena. All of these are good things. None of that is a waste. Just because he doesn't get the opportunity to potentially topple the champion doesn't mean that we need him to have a visual win over the champion to have made it all worthwhile. He can get lined up and he can get knocked down and have had a main event match in a big show and get a big fucking payday and go, yeah, all the way to the bank.
See, I think that's good for somebody like Chad Gable in the IC title, but when you have somebody who's at a level like LA Knight, you just have to do something different with them. You know he's not winning the match, but just have him lose a different way. Be creative with his loss is all I'm asking.
Maybe. We'll see.
Because he's doing stuff that even Cody Rhodes wasn't doing.
I agree. LA Knight is doing incredible work. I'm not taking anything away from LA Knight. I'm just saying he's not at Roman Reigns' level.
Yeah, but if you say...
The fact that this match is a foregone conclusion before the match even happens.
Every match with Roman Reigns with the title is a foregone conclusion now.
Yes, but not every match with Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns' favorite by minus $1,000 on a bookie deal. Like, this is a different level of guaranteed. Like Barry said it.
And it's wrestling. You always have to look at those as like...
Monkey being the world champion than LA Knight.
Yeah, but Barry Monkey was just slamming WWE like 5 minutes ago when he came in.
I'm just saying. I don't think that just because LA Knight loses like Kevin Owens did, and loses like Seth Rollins did, and loses like Cody Rhodes did, and loses like
Seth actually won his match,
and loses like Goldberg did, and loses like everybody else did. Just because he loses like everybody else doesn't mean we wasted a year and a half building him. It just means he didn't get to beat Roman Reigns.
One, Seth Rollins technically won his match against Roman Reigns.
Okay, fine.
But two,
the last person to pin Roman Reigns is still Baron fucking Corbin
in a singles match.
Did Roman take the fall in the tag match?
He did. Jey Uso was the last one that pinned him.
Okay. The last man to beat him in a singles match is Baron fucking Corbin.
Do you know who the last 4 people to beat Roman Reigns is?
Baron Corbin, Jey Uso. I knew those two off the top of my head.
Shane McMahon and Eric Rowan. Yeah.
Those make sense.
Shows you.
You know what? Shane McMahon makes sense. You want to know why Shane McMahon makes sense? Because
he's a Vince McMahon company back then.
Best in the world.
Oh, if there's not a time to meet you, then I don't know what that was.
Anyways,
which happened in Saudi Arabia too.
That's been pay-per previews.
Well,
Parrish, where can the good people find you this week?
You can find me tomorrow on my Twitch at live at the Chris Parrish as we are getting all the stuff on there right now. Man, we got a lot of banners in this thing. So you see all my stuff down there. Tomorrow I'll be joined by Chris Best. I'll be joined by Mark from Mark Talks Wrestling as we do a live watch along at Crown Jewel. So make sure that I believe it's a 1. Is it 1 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, but are you watching the pre-show match on your watch along?
I mean, we're gonna watch everything, so yeah.
10 a.m.
Yeah, so it's a very it's an early one. That's definitely You're
gonna have some pancakes from Skips with your wrestling on tomorrow morning.
No, I'll probably have a few. No,
you should drink that maple syrup.
No, one, it's like 90% gone by now, so that wouldn't happen. Yeah, I mean, whatever. But yeah, no, it'll be a fun time. We got Mark coming in with all of his stats like he normally does, so that's going to be exciting, and entertaining. And then yeah, gonna have a lot of fun. And then right afterwards, we'll be raiding to our local establishment as Astrid Pizarro hosts paper reviews with Jose on air, and most likely myself tomorrow, right after that. So you will see me. And then on Sunday, busting out the 64th edition. So gonna be fun. Yeah, we might even have our top 5. We might even do our favorite N64 games, because we like to do a couple drafts on that show. We might do our N64 game draft. Might be a little fun thing. But yeah, come check that out. It'll be fun. Monday night, live Raw watch along. I'll be doing my last run-in for a while, because I'll be on parental leave. So I'll be there in full for the next 6 weeks after that. And then you and I next Wednesday for a wrestle draft, as I got a lot of money last time.
Yeah. Triple H handed you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
For me, you can find me on the X at EdFries12584. You can find me on the Twitch at EdFries2002. That's where I simulcast all of my wonderful stuff here at our local establishment. It's also where I go all of my gaming content that I've got coming up. I've got some deals pending for some mobile deals, so go ahead and watch it. I might be having some sponsored content in the near future on the EdFries2002 Twitch channel. You can also catch me every Tuesday night talking all things NXT as we take over with Ashton Bizarro. Right after NXT ends, you can go ahead and catch our review, figure out what we think about it. As we near, in a couple weeks, we're going to have the 1-year anniversary of myself taking over. So we're going to go ahead and we have some special stuff planned.
Are you going to do a special 1-year rant?
I might do special 1-year rant. We've got some stuff in the work. Ashley's been hard at work on a video. She has a killer video ready to go. Barry Monkey, no, I have not been decorating. I just have moved my camera and my setup to have a slightly better appearance for my thing, and I have a new doorknob on the door right behind me. But you can also catch me next Wednesday night, and then next weekend we're going to have 2 episodes, because one's not enough, of Marvel Talk, as me and Andre C talk about the end of Loki season 2. And then also next weekend on Sunday, we'll be going ahead and talking all about the Marvels, as the Marvels opens next Thursday night. We go ahead and have the newest MCU movie dropping with Brie Larson, with Teyonah Parris, with all kinds of wonderful people in that movie. I forget who plays Kamala Khan, but you have her in there. Aman Vellani is going to be in there as Kamala Khan. We have Samuel L. Jackson returning. It's going to be a great time. We are still looking for, so if you guys know anybody, put it out on the socials. We are looking for a female correspondent to help us with that show. We want to try to have a female guest to give us a female point of view of the Marvels, because, well, honestly, we think 2 white guys talking about a female-led movie might be a bit of a bad look. So we're definitely looking for somebody fun and interesting to go ahead and talk about that from the female point of view. So hopefully we can find somebody in the next week or so.
Yes. And over on the Twitch, we'll be rating out to Quest for Jewels today. So go say hi and tell them who sent you. But yeah, unless, Ed, you have anything else to add, this has been Paper Previews. Last words, Ed?
Have a good night. Bye.
Stay happy.